You're listening to the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff.
Good morning.
94.9 HOM.
The morning show is the best.
First thing in the morning.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, May 22nd, 6:11. Somebody turn the heat up today because it's slowly climbing and we'll make it into the 80s and even some places inland 90. All of a sudden,
it's got to be Freiburg.
There's a switch that gets flipped and bam, it's the middle of summer. It's July, like that. By the way, don't forget to head on over to the 94.9 HOM app because that's what you're going to need to be able to go see Taylor Swift in South Beach, Miami, Florida, October 19th. Round trip airfare, hotel, $500 in spending cash, and all you have to do is listen for a couple of codes. Weekdays, 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. and sometime between 10 and 11, sometime between 4 and 5. When you hear that code, when it's followed by a back-to-back Taylor Swift song, then you enter that on the HOM app. You're in the running to go see Taylor Swift.
So yesterday, one of the side effects of being on a national television show is that I heard from people that I went to grade school with in Idaho, which I haven't heard from since I went to grade school with them in Idaho. So, for some 40, 50 years. And one of them, there's a whole Facebook group of a bunch of these well, they're not kids anymore. They're my
graduates.
age. Yeah.
Like the
graduates
graduating class
of this, high school and grade school and yada, yada, yada. And one of them put up, and I haven't seen this in forever, put up a class photo. You know how they used to do class photos of the entire class in grade school?
In grade school, yeah.
And it was my first grade class photo. And I put it up, by all means, treat yourself today to the 94.9 HOM Facebook page. Go find that. It's right up there. And I said, all right, let's play a little game. Fine, Lori.
I have my sixth grade, I think it's sixth grade class picture at Agnes Gray School. You know, the one they shut down?
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe I'll put that up today and they can see if they can find me.
Okay. All right. The whole class photo?
The whole class
that's
photo.
the fun. That's the fun part.
It's honestly not very difficult.
I will say most people were able to pick me out, and then here come the comments. So I'm wearing little. Here's a spoiler. Second row, far right. I'm under the illustration of books, and I have on a dress. You can tell. And it's polka dot. It's a polka dotted bow tie. That's really
not you.
Oh, none. It was 100% my mom. She was so proud of me. Go first grade. You're gonna wear a dress. I was like, oh, take a picture, Mom. And my haircut. Here's the comments. Loving the bowl. I had that same bowl cut. I feel you about hating the dress, hated my hat. Pixie haircut gave it away. Pixie haircut gave it away? What do you mean, pixie
What's
haircut?
a pixie haircut?
You look like a pixie doll. If you Googled it, I get the concept. I don't exactly know what a pixie haircut is, but I had it. Let's see here. No. Bowl.
It was the 70s.
Not just that. It was the early 70s.
Yeah.
It was 1971 to 72. And it was unbelievable. Polka dotted bow on dress. Yep, I hated that dress I wrote. Anyway, if you want to see it, and I don't know what's up with my smile. I could not get my smile right for a school photo for the entire
to this
school
day,
career.
I can't do it.
Yeah, it's a really... Pictures and radio
don't
disc
like
jockeys.
being photographed because that's why I got into radio. I wouldn't have to be seen.
Exactly.
And now look what's happened.
And then it was on TV.
This is the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff on the best mix of the 80s, 90s, and today. 94.9 HOM. You're listening to the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff. 94.9 HOM. 5 calls says it all on the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff.
5 calls says it all. Do you have a DVR?
No.
Jeff does not. Not only does he not have a DVR, he doesn't use a DVR because everything I know want to watch it, I can watch it later on some way. No, you need to DVR stuff.
No.
No wonder you missed me on
The beauty is, like, when
the morning report.
no
wonder you missed me on Fox 23. You don't have a DVR.
it's fine. I don't need it because every show I watch shows up on a streaming service somewhere without the commercials because I pay for it not to have the commercials.
Yeah, DVR. You go
I
right
don't even
through
have to
them.
do that. It just, boom, right out. It keeps right on moving.
Okay. I am so confident in winning this one. I will bet you $5.
I'm not taking that bet.
Oh, I see.
No, I'm not.
So you're unusual is what you're saying.
No, but I do think there are more people that don't use a DVR than you think there are.
I don't think there's anybody. 207-773. Not one person except for you. 207-773-1450. 5 calls says it all. Do you have a DVR? It's a simple one.
Hi, HOM. Do you use a DVR?
I do because I like to rewatch shows I don't pay for.
Thank you. As do I. Thank you very much for proving my case. You're smart and lovely.
It's not over yet.
It's over. Okay, bye.
Thank you. Hi, HOM. Do you use a DVR?
Absolutely not. So old school.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
sorry,
Prank call. What do you mean it's old school?
It is old school.
It's not old school.
It's old school, Lori. Come on.
We did
Come on.
the
You're
same
better than
thing.
that.
We did the same thing with her way back when the
I remember
VCR.
30 years ago we talked about a VCR. I remember that conversation.
She still had a VCR.
I still
when
had
it
a
was long
Yeah.
ago.
Okay. Oh,
I'm with Jeff on this one.
I can't even believe this.
What do I need a DVR for? I have a VCR.
I remember saying that in my out loud voice. I do remember that. All right, moving on. We're talking DVR. Thank you very much. You'll be in the minority, unfortunately.
5 calls. Do you use a DVR?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely. It's just part of your life. It's not old school, is it? It's just the way it is.
No, it's not.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. This could be it, Jeff.
5 calls. Do you use a DVR?
Yes, we certainly do.
There you go.
And I know that voice. That is Preposition Lady. And
It certainly is.
and that's not old school. She's only 23 years old, so I know that it is a youthful thing to use the DVR.
What?
Just because you met her and she might look a little older, it's just because she was in the sun a lot, okay? But she's only 23 years old. Yes.
That's right.
DVR users. Woo! Thank you, Joyce. Ha! Suck it,
bet.
Parsons.
This is the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff. 94.9 HOM. You're listening to the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff. And now it's time for your daily distractions.
Being brought to you by the Bill Dodge Auto Group, home of the money-saving Bill Dodge Rewards program. When you buy from Bill Dodge, they reward you with perks, points, and benefits, giving discounts and money back to customers. That's the Bill Dodge difference. Online at BillDodgeAutoGroup.com. John Bon Jovi's son, Jake Bon Jovi, plays a singer in an 80s rock band in the new movie Rock Bottom.
Well, that's kind of close to home.
Isn't it, though? Well, what's even closer to home is that in the trailer, the classic rock band needs a new lead singer when a pizza delivery guy, Jake Bon Jovi, shows up singing a song in his earpods. And he's asked to audition, and who does he sound like?
Here I am now, baby. I've been watching you all night long.
This is one great rock show.
Yeah, if Bon Jovi was 20.
Because Jake is like so super young and so adorable. And he looks a little like his dad. He's kind of good looking. All right, Ryan Reynolds posted a trailer for the upcoming movie Deadpool and Wolverine. It's the most anticipated movie this summer. And it included a hidden QR code. And that code leads to Ryan reading a disclaimer for the movie. And the movie doesn't come out until July 26th. And it's officially Marvel's first R-rated movie. Disney gave it the go-ahead. And this is the disclaimer. Listen carefully.
We're very excited to be joining you July 26th. Many of you are very excited, but we should set the table correctly. This film is as paper-thin as a sequel to Battlefield Earth. We're mostly going to beat each other senseless, make enemies with Disney, tell a few jokes, make a few jokes at my expense, make a lot of jokes at Hugh's expense, and completely sidestep Marvel's mandated after-credit sequence, which, if you haven't figured it out yet, is always just a commercial for another movie, which will invariably end with a commercial for another movie. So sit back, relax, let us lower your IQ and raise your heart rate while we travel to a vapid dreamland, a place where grown men and grown women walk around in tights and act like it's not a giant cultural cry for help. This is cinema.
Nailed it.
I love Ryan Reynolds.
Imagine that in a whole movie.
He's fantastic. Okay, And then there's a bad interview. CNN tried to interview Cameron about P. Diddy, and it went bad fast. He was, this Cameron guy, whoever he is.
Which is 2 words, right? Cam, run.
Yeah, Cam, apostrophe run.
So he took a first name and split it.
Yeah. And he was interested in plugging his sex supplement, Pink Horsepower, his YouTube show. But listen as he, is wondering, why am I on this? Why am I on CNN?
What about the industry in general? I mean, so many people have pointed out that Diddy couldn't get away with this stuff if there weren't a lot of people protecting him.
Who the talent agent for this joint? You think I'll be sitting around watching what Diddy do and all this? I didn't know this was a Diddy joint that y'all invited me to. Who booked me for this joint?
All right.
Wow, and I don't be sitting around watching Diddy and all that. Yeah,
thanks.
Man, come on, man.
Thanks for joining us. Thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you for having me.
I love this reporter. So suddenly realized, well, this is taking a turn.
Yeah, and you
Let's shut it down.
You can hear it in her voice. Well, I'm going to be pulled into an office later today. Back in 2002, Robert Plant heard a DJ say his radio station would never play Stairway to Heaven again if listeners donated enough money to the station. So Robert Plant called in and donated.
That's awesome.
And your final distraction this morning, Doobie Brothers singer Michael McDonald.
Backup singer for everybody.
He is flattered when people are surprised he's white. He says, quote, "My greatest desire growing up was to sing like my idols, Ray Charles and Marvin Gaye." All right, Michael McDonald.
This is the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff. 94.9 HOM. You're listening to the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff.
Good morning.
94.9 HOM.
The morning show is the best.
First thing in the morning.
I'm drawing a blank, Lori. What is the movie that song is from?
Oh my God, Dirty Dancing.
Yes, okay. I couldn't think. Is it Footloose or Dirty Dancing? I couldn't figure it out. No, Footloose is from Footloose.
And I had the time of my life is from Dirty Dancing.
Hey, don't forget, if you want to go see Taylor Swift in South Beach, Florida, Miami, her Eras Tour coming there October 19th, we've got your ticket there. All you have to do is listen for 2 back-to-back Taylor Swift songs. They'll happen sometime between 10 a.m.
No, it happens twice.
It happens twice. Happens
around 10 and 4.
Okay.
So you'll hear 2 back-to-back songs and then a code right after.
Okay.
And we'll tell you what the code is. Then you got to take that to the app.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Get the app.
Get the app, get the codes, go see Taylor. So one of the side effects of me being on national TV, and I know I said I'm never going to talk about this again, but I every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in. So one of the things I had to do for this show, I Can See Your Voice, that was last week. It aired and it's over. If you want to see it, you can see it on Hulu, season 3, episode 9.
No DVR necessary.
Or if you DVR'd it, watch it at your leisure. So one of the things that we were required as people on stage, we were told to stand still and have a pleasantly neutral look on our face. That is the exact phraseology they used.
And when you
pleasantly
said that,
neutral.
And I was watching this, I'm like, that doesn't really look all that pleasant.
It wasn't pleasant at all because it was 25 minutes of standing in one position.
Yeah.
And it was like
you're a mannequin.
oddly hard to do. I was shaking and you couldn't move because I wanted to look at other people and think, are they shaking too, or is it just me? Am I the weak sauce? Am I the weak link here? And everybody was shaking because once we were able to move, I was like, oh God, because it was almost like I was holding my breath for 25 minutes. And I turned to the detention officer to my left and I said, were you shaking? She goes, yeah, I was shaking. Were you shaking? I said, yeah, I was shaking. So pleasantly neutral, I don't do well.
No.
RBF, I do great. Resting bitch face. And there's a photo. If you go to the 94.9 HOM Facebook page right now, you will see that I've been working on this for 40 some odd years.
I think
maybe 50 years.
I think it came naturally from that original photo.
Well, here's the thing. I put up a picture of me at my 5th grade class photo and me just recently last week on I Can See Your Voice. Both resting bitch face. The reason I looked that way in the 5th grade is because my mom, during school pictures, I would smile, and apparently all you saw were teeth. And she's like, hey, Laura, maybe, try not to smile so big. So I thought.
You didn't smile at all.
Well, there's a little bit. You can see I'm trying to, like smirky a little.
I recognize that face. That's a disappointed face.
It's not that's just it. It's not. It's not. That's just
Looks like it, though.
That's my resting bitch face. I can't help it. It's just when I'm not doing any expressive things with my face, I look pissed.
I am the king of the rest of that.
Of that thing you just said. So, if you want to see that I have been practicing this my entire life, you can see it.
And see 70s fashion.
Oh, by the way, you can't see it in there, but I made my own. Oh, you can kind of see it by my collar. Oh, I made that necklace. No, one of our classes, it's got beads. It's just beads and fishing line. That's
all it takes.
It was the hottest fashion in the 70s.
And you could go fishing.
Yes, exactly.
This is the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff. 94.9 HOM. You're listening to the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff. 94.9 HOM. The A-Best ticket window is now open. And now it's time for everyone's favorite game, Extreme Trivia, with your hosts, Lori and Jeff.
Thank you very much, Bob.
Alanis Morissette, along with Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, are going to be at the Xfinity Center in Mansfield, Mass, Tuesday, July 9th, and we've got your tickets. And you've got a choice to make right now. Do you want to answer an extreme 80s or 90s trivia question? Call us up, 207-773-1450. It is your choice.
Hi, HOM. Who is this?
Beckett.
Good morning, Beckett. How are you?
Pretty good.
Good. How old are you, Beckett?
I'm 12.
And Beckett, who are you most excited to see? Alanis Morissette or Joan Jett?
Joan Jett.
Okay. So, Beckett, I'm just going to guess, but you can pick any one. But I think you're going to go for 80s trivia.
Yeah.
Yeah?
All right.
You can have 80s or 90s, Beckett. Your choice.
80s.
80s it is.
I like you, Beckett. All right, Beckett. For the tickets to see Alanis Morissette and Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, who had the hit song Livin' on a Prayer in 1986?
Oh, shoot.
Beckett, you sound older. And like a woman. Like maybe Mom. Come on, Mom. Living on a Prayer.
John Wintelface?
No. Beckett misheard you. Beckett. Mom, we can hear you whispering into Beckett's ear.
And he didn't quite get the translation. But I think
I'm pretty sure we know. We're going to... Beckett, God love you for doing Mom's dirty work. Yes, it is John
Winkelhorn.
John Bon Jovi is the correct answer.
Oh, that's the best thing I've heard all day.
Oh, God, I love you, Beckett. Beckett, you know what I'm going to make you do? Put Mom on the phone.
I'm right here.
Yeah, you are. I know. We know. Mom. We know that you're...
What did you say? John Wintelberry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just didn't hear Bon Jovi. I get it. All right, Mom, what's your name?
Kathy.
Okay, Kathy, you got yourself. You and Beckett get to go see Alanis Morissette, and along with Joan Jett and the Blackhearts down to the Xfinity.
John Winkleman will not be there.
Maybe he's opening. Who knows? Xfinity Center in Mansfield, Mass. Tuesday, July 9th. Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you.
Hang on.
Welcome.
The A-Best ticket window is closed. Till next time. This is the HOM Morning Show. On the best mix of the 80s, 90s, and today. 94.9 HOM. You're listening to the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff. And it's time for Don't Judge on the best mix of the 80s, 90s, and today. 94.9 HOM.
What do you find disgusting that everybody else seems to think is okay and normal? Don't Judge is brought to you by A Best Window, manufactured in Maine by Maine craftsmen to handle Maine's unique, and yes, unique is in quotations, weather. Crazy weather, in other words. I love this Don't Judge. So, Kelly on Facebook, by the way, again, it is, what do you find disgusting that everybody else seems to think is kind of normal? Kelly says, when people don't shut the toilet seat cover when they flush, watch a video on it. Also, watching someone eat cottage cheese. I don't know how people do it.
Oh, Michelle hates it when I eat cottage cheese because she hates cheese anyway, and that is like the most.
I don't even think of that as cheese. I don't know why. Yeah. I think of it as like
it's
bumpy sour cream. I don't know.
She hates it even more when I eat that special edition hood one, the everything bagel one. So much garlic in it. Oh.
Okay. Well, now my stomach is turning just thinking about that, too. Melissa says spitting is the most foul thing, turns my stomach. Curse words, spitting. Spitting's getting a lot of... Eating seafood. Poor Susie doesn't care for eating seafood. Melissa says eating raw hamburger. Yeah.
That's a problem,
I don't think that's...
regardless.
I don't think a lot of people think that's normal. Brenda, though, has a good one. Brenda said on Facebook, the thing for Don't Judge that she finds disgusting that everybody else is okay with is rolling corn on top of a stick of butter. She says it's so gross to her. I've always just put a pat of butter and rubbed it all over the corn. Now, I kind of agree with her, unless...
You got your own stick of butter.
No, that's gonna be wrong. That's like six sticks of butter on the table. But if it's like one family or close friends or whatever, you know what I mean? If you know the people rolling their corn on your same butter stick,
people rolling that corn.
If it was like at a restaurant and you went and you sat down and the stick of butter already had like a dent in it, I'm not rolling my corn in that. Teresa on Facebook finds the disgusting thing that everybody else seems to think is pretty normal are raisins.
Wow. Yeah,
Jeff doesn't care for nose rings. Not you, Jeff. Somebody else.
I don't either.
April on Facebook says, for some reason, eye rolling. Was watching Deal or No Deal Island, and there was so much eye rolling. I couldn't stand it. Even the guys were rolling their eyes. Seriously, what's happening here? What's with all the eye rolling? 207-773-1450.
Don't judge. What is it that you think is disgusting, but most people think is normal?
There's just so many that I just have to guess. I just have to pick one because you guys don't have enough time for me for the whole morning show.
We actually do for you, caffeinated Nikki.
Anybody else?
I just find eating like cereal out of a bowl is unacceptable. Like at any point in time, I just kind of feel like the slurping of any sort makes me want to like take a fork to someone's face.
So
like,
wait.
Whoa. You said eating cereal out of a bowl?
How are you supposed to eat it?
Yeah.
Don't.
What?
Oh, no. Oh, she caffeinated herself right out of... she's back. She's enraged, but we still can't hear. Go back, caffeinated, when you get a better signal.
Hi, HOM. It's Don't Judge. What do you find disgusting that everyone else thinks is normal?
Peas.
Cheese?
Peas are nasty. Yep, and then when you hide them in a casserole, it's just like a negative plot.
Oh,
like,
peas.
Don't do that.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of peas.
Don't like peas either.
But I can do them in fried rice.
Nope. Nope. They pop and then they're like dry peas.
So you're saying no?
I'm saying no.
Did you
Hard
say
no.
dry feet?
No, dry paste.
Oh, dry paste. Yes. And that tastes like feet.
Okay.
Oh.
And sorry for everybody who loves peas that we've now ruined it for you.
All right.
Yeah, don't ruin peas. I'll be at your office later.
Why?
I'm taking a class at 10 o'clock.
We're not teaching anything here.
It's a marketing thing.
I've heard of such tales. Oh, see you later, Kate.
See you later, guys.
Bye. That's hysterical. All right, what is it for you for Don't Judge? What's the thing that you find disgusting that everybody else thinks is pretty darn normal? Let us know on Facebook, on the HOM app, or call us up. 207-773-1450. Don't Judge.
This is the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff. 94.9 HOM. You're listening to the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff. 94.9 HOM. 5 calls says it all on the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff.
So in what you need to know today at the top of the hour, I had mentioned that I'm so confused by this new Maine flag. I thought we already settled that it was going to be the old 1901 design of the pine tree and the star. But no, apparently we haven't come up with an approved interpretation of the 1901 flag. And we will be voting in November on whether or not to save the blue flag that we currently have with the what mess on it, the seal, and then or the 1901, whatever interpretation of the star and pine tree. Well, if that didn't produce a little fight backstage here, where Jeff is adamantly against the old design of the pine tree and star.
Tells you nothing about the state. Whereas the one that we currently have tells you everything about the state.
Everything. I'm surprised our Constitution isn't on there, too. I mean, might as well just, put directions to the closest house of pizza on there. I mean, there's too much on there. It's ridiculous. And everybody knows what the pine tree and star is. It's Maine.
Not everybody knows that.
Everybody in Maine does.
But you're not showing the flag. Like, everybody in Maine knows, but it's not for Mainers only. You want.
See, that's where I think, all right, your state flag is for your state.
You think everybody else, nobody cares about the...
That's correct. Do you care about Kansas' flag?
No, but...
Prove my point.
But I also think it's an absolutely terrible, ugly design. That's why they only had it for like a few years and changed it.
But everything old is new. Okay, so your 5 calls says it all is this. You going to keep the blue flag we have for Maine, or you going with the new flag design? 207.
You want a tree, or do you want a sailor and lobster and all that stuff, whatever's on that?
Yeah, exactly. Whatever's on there. Who knows what's on it? It's just blue.
But at least it says Maine, so you know it's the Maine flag.
207-773-1450. New flag or keep the old flag?
Hi, HOM. New Maine flag or old Maine flag?
Old Maine flag.
Yeah, that's right. Lori is shocked at the moment.
I'm not shocked at all. I'm sad. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, HOM. New Maine flag or old Maine flag?
The one you have now.
That's the old Maine flag.
So that would be
the current Maine flag.
The old Maine flag.
Yeah.
The old Maine.
Yes.
Oh, well, yeah, I see how it's confusing because the old Maine flag, it is the 1901.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So the new design or the current flag.
So you want the current. So there's 2 in it. Yeah.
All right. Wow, could be a clean sweep.
A clean sweep. How about
Where's
that?
my new flaggers? Come on, new flaggers.
Hi, HOM. New flag. Hi, HOM. New flag or current flag?
New, baby.
Yeah, there they are.
There we go. Thank you.
Just like those 2004 Red Sox.
Hi, HOM. New flag or current flag?
The current flag.
Damn it.
And that is the correct answer. Thank you very much.
It is not, but well, I encourage you to vote in November because we know the newbies are gonna.
We don't need to. We have 5 calls that says it all.
I'll let the governor know. All right, thank you.
This is the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff on the best mix of the 80s, 90s, and today. 94.9 HOM. This is the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff. 94.9 HOM.
So recently my mind just went down a path that I just couldn't keep going down when I got to thinking when my phone rang one time and it was a number I didn't recognize. I didn't answer it. I typically don't. I don't know who it is, right? And I got to thinking, there was a time when we would answer the phone and we never knew who it was.
Right.
It's like it could be your mom. It could be
a bill collector. Yeah.
It could be anybody. So I came up with a list of all these things that we used to do with our phones, our old in-house
landline,
corded phones. Back then, when I was growing up, it was New England Telephone that was the one that provided your phone service.
Ma Bell.
Yeah, pretty much. And of course, the phones were corded. So if you wanted to talk to somebody in private, you'd have to stretch that cord like into a closet.
Yes, and it never, and that's why it was always tangled.
Right.
And
So always tangled. Right. And then when you're on the phone with somebody, and all of a sudden your parents don't realize you're on the phone. They pick it up and start dialing.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm on the phone! Put the phone down!
You hear beep, beep, boop, boop, boop,
Right,
beep,
yeah.
beep, 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 boop, boop.
Remember collect calls?
Of course I do. I made a few.
Yeah. So you can't pay for the call. So you call that person and say collect. They've got to accept the charges. If they don't, bye-bye. Which I learned the hard way as a kid because I was left home alone. And there was an emergency with my, I think I've told this story before, but there was an emergency with my mother's best friend. And she was trying to get a hold of her, but she wasn't home. So the operator said, will you pay for the call? I said, I don't have any money.
Right. Kids, they're so literal.
Do you remember calling cards?
Yeah.
It was like a credit card.
Yeah, but it was for your phone.
But it was for your phone, and you would enter your number, and it would charge
90-digit number. Right.
It would charge it to your, like, I had this when I went to college. I had a calling card so I could call home, and it would charge it to the home phone bill.
Right.
And the other one that I had on here is you used to be able to, and this is going way back, you used to be able to dial just 4 numbers.
Okay, God. Okay.
If you could,
I'm older than you. How do I not know this?
If you were in the same exchange, like,
454. Whatever.
You just had to dial the 4 numbers, and that was it.
If you lived in the town.
Right. And here's the crazy thing about long distance calls, which, by the way,
no longer exist.
Thing. Long distance call was whatever the distance was, you had to pay for it because it was out of your range or whatever. Paris, South Paris, and West Paris were different exchanges, so it was long distance, even though the towns are right next to each other.
Oh, wait. If I called from South Paris to West Paris?
Or vice versa.
It was long distance. Oh. You just open your window and scream it at that point.
Yeah, you might as well.
Oh, my God.
Man, we've come so far.
Technology. One day, Jeff, they're going to say, remember when radio stations had live disc jockeys on them, and now it's just AI?
This is the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff. 94.9 HOM. You're listening to the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff. 94.9 HOM.
I did something yesterday that I think people might find odd, and I can't help myself, and I don't care if it's odd. I love it. I was at Walmart yesterday picking up some groceries, and oh my God, they've got already, because big Memorial Day weekend barbecues, campfires. Yeah. So they got a big s'more display. So they got a whole big giant display of your graham crackers, your Hershey bars, and then a big giant bin of marshmallows. Mm-hmm. And I cannot walk by that big giant display of marshmallows without sticking my face in the middle of all those bags and taking a big sniff. Nothing smells better to me than a bag, not even opened, just the outside of the bag of marshmallows. There's something intoxicating.
You weren't literally sticking your face in there, were you?
I mean, I don't know if I touched. It's the bag. What do you care that my face is on it? You're not licking the bag.
What do you care if I put my face on your bag?
Please don't put that on a T-shirt.
This is the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff. 94.9 HOM. This is the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff. 94.9 HOM.
Just reading about this, and I thought, you're right. Well, when you go to a hotel, you're kind of like, you're on vacation, obviously, right. Or you're doing something where, your routine is not, you're not at home. Mm-hmm. You're at like a temporary home.
Right.
Kind of a fun thing. They make your bed, they clean for you. Mm-hmm. And, well, there's what's something you do in a hotel room that you would never do at home? This is a question that they asked online. And here are a few things that people came up with. It's true. Wear a robe and slippers. It's so true. I never wear a robe
I don't
and
think
slippers
I've
at
ever
home.
been in a hotel that has a robe and slippers for you.
Really?
No.
Because they're not super fancy. Some of the drags have them.
Okay.
Next time, just ask. Excuse me.
Where's my towel and my robe and my slippers?
My slippers.
Yeah.
Use a towel as a bath mat. I do that. And in a hotel.
They've got a. It's
like a towel. It's like a big thick towel.
Yeah, there's one designated as the bath mat,
but it's a towel.
But it's a towel.
It's a towel.
But it's not a very absorbent towel.
Right. Exactly.
Because I used it by accident one time to dry my body, and it's like, what is going on here?
And why is it so small?
Right.
It's like an oversized washcloth, thick washcloth, and something else that was popular that you do at a hotel that you would never do at home is eat $16 cashews.
Let me tell you what I'm still not going to pay for. Anything in the room that's $16.
Because your hotel doesn't come with that either. Okay, all right, okay.
This is the HOM Morning Show. On the best mix of the 80s, 90s, and today. 94.9 HOM. You're listening to the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff. 94.9 HOM.
What did we learn today, Lori Varnes? No, let me start. I'll tell you what we learned today. We learned that every Mainer does not like the old flag from 1901 as being the new flag.
It's so weird because it's like the old flag is the old flag, but the old flag is also the old flag. But wait, what?
Right.
Yes, we want to keep, in 5 calls says it all. Everybody said keep the flag we currently have.
Yes.
Not some version of the 1901 pine tree star one.
Right. Nobody wants that.
So we learned that. I just learned through a news thing that the 2024 Great Falls Balloon Festival is canceled.
I think we switched to what did we learn to what live want.
Right. I just literally learned that. I just got a little notification on my computer. I don't know why. But that's a kind of a big deal. Okay. All right, that's a bummer.
I guess currently that your balloon festival net notifications are on.
Yes, but it says logistical issues, safety concerns, and other unexpected factors beyond our control. You forgot to bring the balloons? Wait, what? We learned that resting beach face is apparently a gene in my body. No. And I've had it since I was a child. And if you don't believe me, there's a fifth grade photo of me with it and a current photo of me with it.
You're not the only one because I have a graduation picture that of me marching that is definitely that.
No, put it up on Facebook, then I'll believe you.
Okay. That's coming up today.
Yay, team. Yeah. It's just a whole week of resting bitch face.
Try not to say that.
This is the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff. 94.9 HOM.